Now, I don't know about you, but the best meal of the day has definitely got to be breakfast. And that's for me. A good breakfast can set the dice rolling for the rest of the day. It's fabulous. For me, breakfast is like a morning meditation. It gives me time to reflect, think about nothing, and not worry about the hundreds of things I have to do for the rest of the day. This is a good time just for me alone. Thank you. And it's one way of trying out perhaps a Spanish omelette and just trying something different in your life. It's very good. It's full of flavor. I'm not just tasting egg, I'm tasting all the flavors of the tomatoes, the peppers, and some really lovely, lush green chilies. And I think I could eat this every day just before I went to work. It's lovely. Now, omelettes vary greatly from country to country. They have their own flavorings and herbs and spices. In India, you've got your masala omelettes, which are full of ground spices and maybe a bit of fresh green chili and fresh green coriander. But the Spanish like to do it with a bit of color, a lot of vibrancy, and a lot of flavor as well. And I think that's a really good thing. Well, in Britain, we've got the classic British omelette. Here in India, we've got the great masala omelette. But I'm going to show you how to make a Spanish omelette, full of flavor, full of color. And it's so easy that it's not rocket science. I have the onions. And as the saying goes, to make an omelette, you have to break a few eggs. And for my Spanish version, I'm going to crack 2. When I was at a friend's house in Barcelona in Spain, I couldn't resist the fresh flavors of their dishes, celebrating the best in season. Spanish cuisine is quick and easy, and especially their omelettes, which are like no other I have tasted. So I'm going to show you how to make a gorgeous Spanish omelette with all sorts of ingredients. And to start off with, I'm going to heat some oil in a pan. And because 99% of Spanish cooking uses olive oil, that's what I'm going to use. So while the oil is heating up, I'm going to chop up my other ingredients. I have some potatoes here, which I've peeled, and I'm now going to slice them. And I've kept them in water because they'll turn dark if you don't. So thinly slice your potatoes, because they'll cook quicker. And apparently the ancient Romans made the first omelette, and they used to add honey to their omelettes. And I'm going to slice my onions. Slice them as thinly as you can. Well, my oil must be hot by now, so I'm going to tip in my potatoes and onions. And once this mixture begins to turn golden brown, I'm going to add my mushrooms. But I'll slice those first. And apparently when Napoleon was in the south of France, he ordered eggs from all around the village and made this giant omelette for his army. That must have been fun. I wonder who had the ketchup. Well, the potatoes are looking brown. I'm going to tip in my mushrooms. Mushrooms absorb a lot of the oil, so you have to be careful when you are frying them, because you have a tendency to add more oil, and then the mushrooms absorb more of it. Well, the mushrooms have lightly sautéed, so I'm going to tip all the mixture onto some kitchen paper. And now the eggs for my omelette. And you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs, so I'm breaking 3. And to the eggs, I'm going to add some salt. And the more air you beat into the eggs, the fluffier your omelettes. So the eggs are nicely beaten. Next, I'm going to chop up some chicken ham. And you can add chorizo sausage if you want to. Just slice up the sausage.